Good morning and welcome to Kowloon Cricket Club for the KCC Morning League for another week. Aaron Bush with you, and it's grade one today. It's a Sky Warriors derby. The Avengers up against the Marvels. The Marvels have won the toss. They've elected to have a bowl this morning. Captain Akash Shah on screen will open proceedings with ball in hand, and out in the middle for the Avengers, Khan Pajetia and Somul Shah. Peter Doshi with the gloves on there for the Marvels. Just after 7 a.m. and we're ready to get underway. Game one of three this week. We've got grade two games coming up Thursday and Friday. Just the one grade one match. It's this one. Onto the toes early and flipped away backward of square. First runs off the bat to Sormel and rotates the strike to Khan. A few changes in the field for the right-left combo to start with for the Avengers. So the Marvels rolling a few field changes around. Run through the playing 11s as well very shortly and pull up the KCC match centre, see where these two teams stand. Cut away hard and beats the fielder backward point. A little apology out there in the deep. Just a bit of backspin. Spun away from the fielder and first boundary in the books for the Avengers. Nice use of the wrists, as you can see, just overran that one. Quick apology. And this time, right on the off stump, defends. Perfect week to have a Sky Warriors Grade 1 derby here at KCC with the Sky Warriors Sixes tournament coming up this Saturday and Sunday at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Pinnacle of the Sixes season domestically. Fabulous weekend. I'll be over there broadcasting that one live on the Sky Warriors YouTube channel. Ooh, some extra bounce there from Akash. Oh, slash outside off this time. So 3 dots after the boundary. Umpire Imran standing top of screen. We'll head out to square leg very shortly with umpire Akash Yadav doing the officiating for the first 5 overs. Onto the pads this time, so I'll take a single and retain strike. 6 runs coming for the first as the Avengers start their run chase. They got 19 more overs, 6 off the first. Gathari to bowl over number 2 for the Marvels. And we'll run through the sides today. You can see all the side playing if you head off to the KCC match centre as well. Ball by ball and clips of every 4, 6 and wicket as we broadcast. But if you're just sitting back and watching, I'll run through the teams for you. Let's start with the batting side, shall we? As Pollock comes in for his first delivery. Looks to flick it down the leg side. Sawmall, what did they do in the end? Nothing. Bit of a mix-up. There was a spillage from Peter. So the Sky Warriors Avengers today, captained by Ankit Shah back in the side. The two out in the middle, Sawmall Shah and Khan Bajetia. Anka Vashishta, Scooby Shah, Neil Patwa, Ralik Chowdhury, Devon Bajeta, Shavang Beg, Rishab Malpani and Simit Parekh. That's driven nicely. Work to do from extra cover around to the scoreboard. Slide, dive in the field. Good effort, says 2. For the Marvels, we've already seen the captain Akash Shah and now Palak Katari having a bowl. Opening the batting will be Chirag Katari. Also in the side today, Harsh Jagani, Vishal Mehta, Shail Shah, Nanit Shah, Sambhav Shah. I've already said Pranay Doshi with the wicketkeeper gloves on. Harin Shah and Hamal Javari rounding out the playing 11 today. Very wide, too wide. So if we head off to the KCC match centre to see where the grade 1 is standing as we get towards the pointy end, the semi-finals coming up at the end of May. The Marvels are sitting in second on 9 points. This will be their final game of the round robin. Played 6. Oh, in the air, diving chance. Beats the outside. Stretched hands of, I think it's Perrin there. And gets through to cover for 4. Hit very hard. This time swing and a miss outside off to round out the over. 7 runs coming from it. After 2, the Avengers 13 for the loss of no wicket. Looks like Nanit Shah to bowl over number 3 to round out the first half of the power play. Seen the Marvels do this a lot. Akash is bowling that first over and then saving 3 for the latter stages. So going through the table for grade 1, Marvels playing out today can get to a maximum of 11, which will tie them with the Titans at the top of the table. However, the Titans do have a game in hand. The Avengers, well, they're sitting pretty at the moment as Nanit comes in around the wicket. Oh, that's driven beautifully. Some coverage in the deep, though. Backward point. Keeps it to 1. A run-out chance on the second. They get back for the overthrow. Yeah, so the Avengers, this is their 5th game. So they've got 2 in hand after this. They're on 8 points. They could... A win today for the Avengers will push them to 10 points and overtake the Marvels. Again, driven nicely, but straight to cover point this time. So it's a must-win, really, for the Marvels. They'll be the first team to play their full allotted 7 and finish on 11. Oh, short one, big top edge over the top of the keeper's head. One bounce, 4 runs. Full of length this time. Big top edge again, though. That one's going for 4 runs as well. Finds a gap between keeper and a backward point inside the circle. Flies it through Fly Gully. And drag down leg side wide. Need to re-bowl the final delivery of the 3rd. Going to be a wicket to finish off the over. It looks like flick backward of square. Right at the top of the stretching arms. Backward of square. Takes the catch. And that's the end of Sumal Shah. The first wicket falls right at the halfway of the power play. The Avengers 28 for 1. Sumal Shah out for 15. Very good catch by Sambo Shah. An important breakthrough. Getting the first wicket to fall in the 3rd. Going to bring Anka Vashishta out to the middle. He's at the non-striker's end as the wicket falling at the end of the 3rd. Pali Kathari will be the first bowler today for the Marvels to bowl a 2nd. And chip and run to start with. A little flick from Pollock, but can't get through safely. Both Sky Warriors teams usually very vocal, both out in the field and in the batting dugout. But of course, this game means a lot. The in-house derby between the 2 Sky Warriors Grade 1 teams. They should both be pretty safe, it looks like, to make it to the semi-finals at least. With the 4th placed All-Stars with 1 game remaining on 5, they can only get to a maximum of 7 points. The Strikers with 2 games in hand on 4, and they can get to 8. So even if the Marvels don't win today, They will make the semi-finals. And the Avengers, yeah, they've got 3 games in hand. Well, 2 after today, so good chance to go top of the table. Titans be hoping for, I'm guessing, a marvels win today. That'll put them tied on points. It's hit hard. That's 4 runs. Races away through cover point. Khan Bajedia with his 3rd 4. Hard work out there this morning. First, well, for me at least, the first really warm, sticky day of 2025. I'm not sure how last week was, Myra. Was it warm and humid last week, or is it a bit like this as well? Oh, up in the air over the top of backward point. How far did that one go? Out just the boundary, but another 4. So 10 runs coming from the 4th. The Avengers 38 for 1. Bryn Sharp to bowl over number 5. As the sun breaks out through between the buildings and a little bit of cloud. Oh, swinging hard. First runs, well, first boundary, I should say, for Anchor. Hitting hard again, but this one straight to extra cover. Another boundary straight back into the side screen. 4.4 to bring us to 4.4. Well, full toss this time, and given the treatment straight into the Avengers dugout for a maximum, the first of the day. And that brings up the half century for the Sky Warriors Avengers inside 5, 52 for 1. Will just be a single out to Chico in the deep. Finish off the over. 5 done. Half century up for the Avengers. They're 53 for 1 after 5. Sambhav Shah to round out the power play. Sambhav Shah took the catch as well. Looking to find a second wicket. And tidy bowling to start with. After that big 15-run over in the 5th. Three in a row. Can't beat that infield. Some big names on the KCC Morning League Grade 1 tables playing today. Chico Katari for the Marvels, leading the run scorer today. That's up in there. This could be, no, that's 6. That's landed above my head. And you can see the little lamp flash in the background. That's us, and that's gone higher than where we're standing on the second tier of the swimming pool pavilion. Naneet Shah thought he was a chance there out at deep mid-wicket. And even the very tall Naneet, no chance. Second maximum for Anchor. Again, calls of catch. Short of Shale Shah. Yeah, so Chico, the only man in the 300s so far in the 2024-25 Grade 1 Morning League. 348 runs so far. That's 4 more. Finish off the over. 10 runs coming from the final over of the power play. 6 are done. Power play done. The Avengers 63 for 1. Anchor, who has rushed to 26, was on 245 before today. So he's up to 271. Chico with the two top highest scores of the season as well, a 139 and a 134 not out. Anchor's highest of 114. That's 6th best so far this year. Anchor's got the second best average, 81.67, just behind Hiran Patel. Parin, bowler second, expensive in his first. Khan Bajedia on strike on 20. Waits on it, tries to cut through backward point. Only as far as Sambo. Outside the power play, got a deep mid-wicket. I'm assuming it's a deep square leg, long on, long off, and deep cover. Shal Shah's the one now at deep mid-wicket, and he does the fielding there. Naneet pushed around to deep square. Chico at long on, but wide-ish towards cow corner. That single will bring Anchor back on strike. And of course, the catch, Shale Shah getting underneath it. He's put that one down. He got there in time. Well, Anchor with a life. Wasn't far away. He was put in that position for that exact lure catch. And usually an incredibly safe pair of hands, but just on the slide down low. Didn't stick. Right on the middle stump. Vegetia happy to defend. Trying to cut away. Cover point. Well, this has been tidy. Should have had a wicket as well. After going for 15 in his first, Perrin just the two singles. One ball left. Almost carrying it to backward point this time. But it will be a dot. Two singles coming from the seventh. The Sky Warrior Avengers, a 65 for one. Above, continuing. Oh, he's going to pick the gap beautifully. Splits the gap between mid-wicket and long on through cow corner for four. Vashishta moves into the 30s. Again, calls a catch. It just falls short of Nani and a forward square. Chancing his arm here, Vashishta. Charge, and then having to go with a little feather dab. Could have gone anywhere. Just pokes it out through point. This time, Better Purchase picks the gap between point and Fly Gully. Races away down towards the Boundary Cafe for another boundary as the Avengers move to the three-quarter century mark. I'll take one. It'll just be one. 8 done. The Avengers 7. In to bowl a third, 15 off his first, just 2 singles off his second, and a drop catch. Can he get a breakthrough this over? Well, that's been hit hard. Nobody catching that one as it's smashed into the side screen, halfway up. That was absolutely smoked from Anchor. And again, gets it on the full. And that's going to be just one bounce, I think. Just one bounce. The 50 partnership coming up in all this mayhem. $58 off 32 deliveries. Keeps this one outside off. And thought process by umpire Imran Arif decides that one was in the tram lines. Anchor asking with his eyes. Receives the extra. That's hit hard as well, but protection it long off. Big runs again in the ninth. Lucky 88s for the Avengers in 8.3. Keeping that run rate up over 10. Wickets in hand. Swinging hard this time, can't, but picks out Nani out in the deep at square for another single. So he's going a run of ball 23, Khan Pajetia. Anchor Vashishtha's pushed up over a strike rate of 200. 48 off 22. We know he's averaging, what was it, 87? Got to go back to the match centre and find out. He's got a single here. Is he going to push hard for 2? He should. And that'll bring up his 50. 50 off 23 deliveries for Anchor Vashishtha. 6 fours, 3 maximums. Another big knock from the Sky Warrior Avenger. He was averaging 81.67 before today. Full, but it was dropping. Akash Shah with a diving roll at extra cover keeps it to a dot to finish off the over. 15 runs again coming off a Prinshah over. After 9, the Avengers 91 for 1. Talking about that batting list with Chico, the only player into the 300s with the bat. He's going to have a bowl right now. Anchor Vashishtha is not far away from becoming the second player to go into the 300s. Bowling-wise, Devon Bajetta is back playing today. Top of the table by far. He's got 12 wickets. The next closest equals second. 4 players on 8 wickets, including Akash Shah, the captain of the Marvels. Watted back to Chico to start with. And then gets a nice one. Keeps it outside the arc as Pajetti is backing away a bit too far. Still trying to pick out that short boundary cafe area over the top of backward point. He'll tip and run it to backward point this time instead and put Vashishtha back on strike. A charge from Anchor, but a bit of a bottom edge. Means it'll be a dot. This is a good over for the Marvels. There's only been a couple of them so far today. As they push up towards the halfway mark. and gets full purchase on this one, but Akar Shah, he's pushed himself out into Chico's long on position. Keeps it to 1. Nice tidy overs, a win for the Marvels, but they need wickets because the Avengers, they're going to go into this second half with 9 wickets up their sleeve, and these 2 big hitters still out in the middle. That's in the air, out into the deep, and past Perrin Shah for 4. As we do get to the halfway mark, the batters are going to have a quick sip of water. 10 overs done. The Avengers 97 for 1. Shah to bowl out. 3 overs so far, none for 32. Still attacking from Vashista. That's time to perfection. Glorious through extra cover. And this time, gets the dot. Hundred up with that boundary as well for the Avengers. Cruising along very nicely. Oh, full toss. That's been given the treatment. Might need a new one. You can see it picked up and goes through mid-wicket. Suggest that's probably in the PLA. Big full toss. You see it launching like a mini missile. Umpire Imran is going to have to go find a replacement ball, we think. Replacement ball is to be delivered as KCC Morning League boss Afsal Header. Oh, he has found it. Oh, he found another one. He found one at least in some trees. Okay, can continue. Vashishta now into the 60s. That means he's now moved into the 300s as well on the batting leaderboard. He's 306 runs so far in the 2024-25 Grade 1 season. Calls a catch. Chico getting underneath it. Takes the catch. A big wicket. Brinshaw finally gets some revenge. Gets his first wicket and his final over. It's the big wicket of Anka Vashishta out for 61. The Avengers lose their second on 108. And calls a catch it. And Chico coming all the way around from that wideish long on towards the cow corner region, taking it almost in front of the sight screen. It was a well-judged catch, safe pair of hands. That's why he's out there. And a big knock from Anchor comes to an end. He got into the 300s for the season, but then is dismissed. Shavang Bade out to the crease at number 4 for the Avengers. Lots of big hitters to come. Still 9.2 overs, 8 wickets in hand. After working hard, Corinne Shah finally gets a wicket. Picks up the second one, much needed for the Marvels. Khan Pajetia, who just sat out there and watched the fireworks of Anchor going on. Still out there, 28 off 27. Might slow things down a little bit here for the Avengers. Losing a wicket. And Perrin starts with one right on the head-off stump. Shavang happy to defend. Oh, bit of upper hand, but beats point and picks up a boundary to finish off a big over in runs, but also a wicket falling. 11 done. The Avengers 112 for 2. Perrin Shah has bowled his 4. Sambhav Shah to bowl third, none for 21 so far. Khan Pajetia back on strike, finding a single down to long off. Sounded good off the bat, but straight out into the deep for another single. It was an 80-run partnership between Anka Vashishta and Khan Pajetia. Now a new one has to form. It's the 7 runs so far. Cut hard, but good fielding at point. Happy times for that over for Sumbov. He's bowled out. He's not bowled out, he's bowled the over. He missed a ball there. 4 runs coming from it, it looks like. After 12, the Avengers 116 for 2. Big go bowl second, just a 6 off his first. Balls a catch, it's skied up in the air, 3 converging, none can get there. Falls safely, likes a fortune for Bedelia there, and get through for a single off the toe of the bat. That one's got some crunch on it. 4 runs for Chavant. Picks up his second boundary. Is to bowl out here. 3 overs done for 25 so far. 8 runs coming in the 13th, 124 for 2, the Avengers. Things slowing down a touch. Run rate at 9.54. Current run rate will get them to 191. They'd hope for 200 plus here. I know the firepower that the Marvels bring. Calls a catch, popped over the top of the head of point, and will make it all the way up the driveway for 4. This is live. Goes the sweep flick and goes back at a square nicely. Nane had moved a little bit forward in the deep. So just flicks it backward of square back boundaries. Haven't seen Shavung too often this season. He's getting in the runs here. This time, Nanate makes sure he's nice and square. So keep it to 1 and the string of 4s. Partnership up to a quarter century. But Jetty, it's still out there. 32 off 32. Scoops hard, scoops well. Nicely played. One bounce into the... No, all the way. Wow, that's a big 6. Through extra cover. Picked it up and scooped it out. That's beautifully placed. 2 in the deep on the offside. Picks the gap between the 2 of them. Back live. Goes again. Too much power. Was only a few metres away from the deep cover fielder, but hit with such strength that that one raced into the nets. And Sambo's final over here is going for quite a few. 19 off the overs so far. The ball left. Backs away. Picks the gap. Pushing up towards the 150 mark now, the Avengers. Still 8 wickets in hand. 200 plus, certainly looking on the cards now. Oh, but this could be a wicket to finish it off. Sambuff calls everyone off, wants a caught and bowled, does a caught and bowled. Into the mitts it goes, and that's the end of Kambajetia for 42. The opener's got to go. The 3rd wicket falls right at the end of Sambuff's spell. He's got 1 for 41 after 14. The Avengers 143 for 3. And the opener, I should say, and the wicket-keeper, Kambajetia, departs, and Rishabh Malpani comes to the crease to join Shavung Bade. He'll be at the non-striker's end. And Akash Shah is going to bring himself back into the attack after bowling the opening over. Captain looking to try to get another wicket very quickly here. And again, pushing across the body. Picks up another dot. And rinse and repeat. Playing underneath it. Too quick. Akash Shavang trying to use the wrists. Find some bat on it and pick a gap. Use the speed of Akash to race away to the boundary, but 3 dots valuable for the marbles at this point of the game. Pace off that one just a touch. So dab hope to backward point for a single to break the end of a string of dots. One just popped up to mid on. Chico will just keep it to a single as well. And the finger goes up by umpire Yadav. Akash strikes at the final delivery of his second LBW. That's the end of Shavang Bay out for 21. The 4th wicket falls right on the 15 over mark. The Avengers 145 for 4. Coming out at number 6 for the Sky Warriors Avengers, youngster Neil Patwa joining Malpani. So 2 brand new batters at the crease. Chico is going to bowl the 16th. 2 overs, none for 15 so far. Oh, swinging hard to start with. Malpani on Chico, but picks out Akash in the deep for a single. The runs start to flow, then the runs. Oh, that's nicely played. Patwa going backward a point. Deep point cutting it off, though. They'll get back for 2. Very nice technique as he pushes it to put in it long off. Still on target for that 190 odd at the moment, the Avengers. Losing a couple of wickets. Still 6 wickets in hand. 4.5 overs to go. Current run rate, 192. They'll get 2. Going aerial. And I think he hit that perfectly. That's gone all the way. Up and over. Malpani brings the 150 up with a maximum 155 for 4. Keeping that run rate really close to the 10 mark. 155 for 4 off 15.4. Lots of 1s, 5s and 4s. And a 6. And then back live And he's going to pick up a 4 as well. Rishabh, he's powering along now, 12 off 4. Fourteen off the over. 1 ball remaining. And tip and run to retain strike here for Malpani. It'll be 15 off the over, 16 done, 4 remain, 160 for 4. Current run rate 10, and it's going to get them to exactly 200 from here. Oh, Ariel in the game here, Bryn Shah, and he's bobbled it. Usually a safe pair of hands. Fortunately for him, he's managed to do that just off camera. Had it happen to him in his bowling, now it's happened out in the deep while he's been fielding. Malpani gets a life on 13. Let's see how much that costs the marbles. No single available there. Calls a catch again. That's going to fall safely as well. Let's take a single. It's hit out into the deep, also for a single. Not able to find the boundaries off Akash Shah's bowling just yet. Ariel hasn't got enough on it, but he could pick the gap. Shah trying to get underneath. Takes the catch this time. That's the end of Malpani. He survived off the first ball, but goes on the 5th of the 17th. He departs for 16. The Avengers lose their 5th on 164. A good catch in the deep that time from Shah, running around to cow corner. Gets a pat on the back from Chico, as they could have raffled it to converging. To Ariel. Not enough distance on it. And as you can see, falling down onto the haunches, takes the catch. And a little cameo from Malpani comes to an end. That's sending Scooby out to the middle at number 7. Certainly looks like it. Sabah Shah. Akash got a second now. Doing the damage with the ball when others have been very expensive. 2.5 overs, 2 for 12. Back to my match centre, because I think that puts Akash into double figures now, doesn't it? For wicket taking this season. Scooped out by Scooby. Oh, was an interesting throw from Akash. Usually a nice flat throw, and that was just a lob chuck. Anyway, end of the over, successful again for the Marvels. 6 runs coming from it as well. The Avengers, 3 overs remain at 166 for 5. Competition Centre on the KCC Match Centre. Going to stats. Bowling. Yes, those 2 wickets have now pushed Akash Shah to clear second on the table. 10 wickets so far this year. 2 behind Devon Bajeta, who will be bowling in the second innings. Nanak Shah is going to bowl the 18th for the Marvels. We're talking about games coming up as well. All 3 Sky Warriors teams will be appearing in the KCC Morning League this week. Oh, that's flicked beautifully. That's 6. All the way. Thank you very much. Neil Butler just flicks this one effortlessly. More effortlessly than I can say effortlessly. Take that one out of my lexicon. Watch the replay. Look at that. The look away flick. And then just a little single after the maximum. Gooby goes offside for the left-hander, straight out to Shale. Yeah, games this week, tomorrow. It's been timed nicely. They've got cover in the deep, but it's hit so hard. Get back for 2. Might have been a chance of a third, but Scooby had overran that second trying to get home safely. Yeah, tomorrow, HSBC Life versus Green Ink in Grade 2 of the KCC Morning League. Then Friday, more Grade 2 action. Again, the look-away flick. Again, 6 runs. Oh, I'm liking this signature stroke from Neil Butler. I like real stuff. The head looks towards extra cover. The shot goes backward of square. 1 ball left to the 18th. Comes dancing down the wicket. Keeps it nice and wide there. Good ball from Nanit, but still a big over for the Avengers. 16 runs from the 18th. 2 overs remain. 12 legal deliveries. The Avengers 182 for 5. Penultimate over to be bowled by the captain, Akash Shah. 2 wickets today so far. He's a couple of wickets behind Devon. And Devon's got games in hand as well. Tries to pick the gap on the leg side, 3 cow corner, but not full power. Very good running from Patwa. Quick between the wickets, gets back for 2. Handy little 20-run partnership of just 8 deliveries. A late flourish. And it's what happens when they have wickets in hand going into that 10 overs mark. They still had 9 wickets in hand. Lost 4, but allows to swing hard like that. A direct hit is out by long way, and it's going to go for 5 instead. Five runs. Bit of an anger throw from Akash. take that, the Avengers. As I said, a direct hit and Putwell was gone. Put the pressure on the field and sometimes you get the bonus. That's a very short boundary Akash was aiming towards and the backing up wasn't there. So Putwell on strike now. He gets the one across the body, swing and a miss. Chopped away, and that'll be 4 runs as well. I think it got a little bit of a hand parry onto that one, but races away backward a point for another boundary. 23 off 10. 200 plus, definitely on the cards now. It's going to be another, I feel like it's going to be one of those weeks, Mara, where we're just going to have a big scoring week. Lots of runs. See if we have another week where all scores are over 200. Had one already this season. That's going to be 4 runs as well. Can't cut that one off in the deep. And chop down Yorker. Can't do much with that. So end of the over, another good one for the Avengers. With 15 runs coming from the penultimate. Now 197 for 5. 6 legal deliveries remain. And who's going to get the duties? Is it going to be Chico? It looks like it will. Chirag Katari to bowl the death over for the Marbles. I haven't seen much of Neil Butler lately. Bit of weekend cricket as well. He's just come back from the Paul, but memory where he managed to start with the bat one day where everyone else fell around from Hong Kong, China in that under-19s comp. That form back to the KCC Morning League for a Wednesday. Okay, Chico to Scooby. It starts with the dot. Almost a off spinner. Certainly coming off about 5 steps here, Chico. So the charge from Scooby scoops it out towards Ford's point, and then each Shah. So Butler back on strike with 4 balls left, 198 on the board. What can he do? Well, they're going to leave the gap for his look-away backward flick. They've taken the backward square out. He's gone to a fly gully. You just see Pollock moving across screen there. Going a bit wider as well. Nunneat set a deep square leg. Oh, he tried to go the scoop here. It's 2 minds and ends up being a dot. Wow. Can they get to 200? 3 balls left to do it. Can Chico restrict them here? Using the wrist, that's 4. There's the 200 up. Beautifully played by Parkway. He moves into the 30s. Avengers move to 202 for 5. 2 balls left. It was very nicely played. One of many today from Putwell. 3rd 4 to go with 2 maximums. 2 balls left, 200 on the board. Can they get into the 210s here? Well, probably not, because that's a good ball. Top ball outside, off inside the trams. Perfect death over delivery from Chico. He'll be coming out to open the batting very shortly for the Marvels. And it's going to be a run out to finish with. So Scooby sacrifices himself. The 6th wicket falls right on the end of the 20th. And in the end, the Sky Warrior Avengers 202 for 6, but were not out on 31. And we'll just log that run out. And then we'll run through the batting and bowling card, shall we, Myra? End of the innings, end of the over, innings break in. And we'll pull up the batting card. There we go. And everyone getting into double figures today. Sumal Shah, the first wicket to fall. He was caught backward square by Sambhav off the bowling and Nunny. Then a big 80-run partnership by Khan Pajetia and Anka Vashishta getting the runs on the board. Shavang Bang with a Bade with a 21. Malpani, 16. And Neil Patwa right there at the end, 31 off 16, getting the score up to 202 for 6. And there's the bowling card. The only one getting double wickets today, the captain, Akash Shah, 2 for 29. 1 for 31 for Naneed Shah. Parin Shah, expensive, but getting a wicket in his final over, like Sambhav did. 1 for 47 and 1 for 44. So we're in the innings break in the Sky Warriors derby. The Avengers putting on 202. So the Marvels, when they come out to bat, will need 203 for victory. Join us in around 7 or 8 minutes time here on KCC Morning League YouTube. Innings break done here in the first game of 3 this week for the KCC Morning League. Aaron Bush with you for Grade 1, the Sky Warriors Derby. And the two batters out in the middle. Chico on strike with Pranay Doshi. Chico going aerial early over the top of Anchor's head. Just! Oh, that was awfully close. You'll get a single to start with. Simit Parek opening the bowling for the Avengers. Almost gets a breakthrough on the first delivery. 203 required. One of the Avengers players asked me at the innings break whether I thought that was enough. My answer was, it depends how much Chirag gets. If Chico gets a 50, maybe it's enough. If he gets 100, then maybe not. Looking for a dab straight up there, Peter Doshi. A mix up in the field. It's going to be a tight battle. 203 is a good score to have to chase down. But they've got the batting line-up here. Changing up the opening pair. Chirag now with Pranay. Goes a bit aerial, but picks the gap between extra cover and cover. And it'll run out into the ropes for the first boundary today for the Marvels. Both batters not scared to go aerial early with the power play in place. They got a deep mid-wicket and a long on, the two outside the circle. And this one's going to dribble out to Somul Shah at long on. Take another single. And at mid-wicket in the deep, Devon Bajeta, leading wicket taker. That was bowled off about 25 yards, and he's going to get a wicket with it. Oh, is he? Yes. Oh, with the triple bubble. That's a massive wicket. Chico, who almost holed out off his first delivery, does on his second. He's out for one. The first wicket falls for the Marvels on 6. Chico out. Sonu strikes. He's pointing. I saw where he bowled it from. He was so far back. And the extra length from the delivery just confusing Chico. I think Scooby took the catch in the end. And backward point. Wow. That was a very clever delivery by Sonu. He's still pointing down and talking to umpire Yadav about where he bowled that one from. Watched it live from side on. I couldn't believe he was bowling that far back. Front foot was nowhere near the stumps, let alone the crease line. Well, as I was recounting my story, one of the Avengers asking, is 202 enough? And I said, it depends on what Chico gets. Well, he's out for 1. And now the rest of the Marvels have to do a job. Ghani, he went out to crease to face that final delivery, dots it out, a successful over for the Avengers. After 1, the Marvels 6 for 1, needing another 197. Devon Bajeta leading wicket taker in the competition. 12 wickets. He's got a 5-for and a 4-for. And of course, the Avengers is playing their 5th game today. They've got 2 more games after this. This is the final game for the Marvels. So Akash won't catch him. He's finished on 10 wickets. Completely mistimes that one. And almost lets it roll onto the stumps. Another dot. So we went through that KCC match centre. We'll head back there on my phone and have a look. If you want to check out the KCC Match Centre. You just type that into Google. I'm speaking Google. Into Google, and you'll find today's live game. You can click on that and then click on Competition Centre to get all the stats. And lost today for the Marbles. We'll have them played out on 9 points. Win will get them into double figures. That's aerial as well. It's not going to carry out to Somul Shah. The Avengers are the only undefeated side in the competition for 2024-25. 4 games, 4 wins. Table toppers Titans have played 6-1-5 and had a tie, of course, that memorable tie against the Royal Avengers. And good bounce. Shape away off the seam as well. This is what we expect from Devon. Does 2 things in the bowling innings. He gets wickets when he bowls and he takes catches in the deep. Just your all-round bowling side cricketer. There's Devon Bajetta. It's going to be 4 runs, though. Waited on this one. Found the gap. Gigani gets his first runs and he starts with a boundary after a couple of dots. Also catch it, just 1 bounce to extra cover. End of the over, 5 runs coming from it. The Marbles 11 for 1 after 2. Need another 192 from here. After 2, the Avengers with 13 for the loss of no wicket. Remembering they went into that halfway break, the 10 over mark, just the 1 wicket down. So some work to do for the Marbles. They need a 2nd wicket partnership here between Pranay Doshi and Harsh Jagani. Simit Parekh, successful in his first, to bowl a 2nd. And again, he's bowled that from miles back behind the stumps, but this time, Pranay's waiting for him, and he's put that one 3/4 of the way up the tree. Ricochets back into Neil Patwell, picks it up. Watch where he bowls this one from. Back foot on the mat. But the shape in is helped on its way back live. And goes more traditional 22-yard delivery there. I'll get through for a quick single. Again, bowling from behind the stumps, going down the leg side, maybe an inside edge as well, but really mixing it up here. Simit. I'm going to take a quick single here. And they'll get it. Swinging hard, that's 4 runs. No chance of cutting that one off either. Peter keeping the runs flowing for the Marvels. Stood, chance in the deep. Nope, that's going to go all the way. Oh, big over. And a bookending this over with 6s. 18 runs coming from the third. Marvels move to 29 for 1, ending another 174. Now ahead on the comparison by 1 run. Vashista? No, he's just, it is. Devon's going walking in, but doesn't look like he's going to bowl a second over here. They're going to save him for later on. Anchor is going to bowl. Anchor Vashista coming off the back of his 61 with the bat. Top scoring today for the Avengers. Let's take a single down to long off. The 2 out and the deep. Now long on, long off. No deep mid wicket with Bajeta moving inside the circle. Buddy start for Anchor. Big swing and a miss there. Peter looking to find another maximum. Zips through a little quick from Vasishta. Full toe of the bat. Straight to Devon. A direct hit on one stump. He was back safely just in time anyway. Shigani backing up a long way, but that went straight to Devon. This could be the tightest over the game so far. Had no maidens. Quick change for the final delivery. They're bringing long off inside the circle to mid-off. And Bajeta moves back to deep mid-wicket. Onto the pads. It's awfully close. Yes, yes, it is. Very, very close. Play across the line there. Pranay out for 23. Anchor strikes at the end of his first after 4. The Sky Warrior Marvels are 30 for 2. Anchor forgot to appeal. He was so confident. Kept running down. He knew that that wicket was going to fall. That round asked umpire Yadav, was that out? And he said, yes, it was. So both openers back in the dugouts now for the Marvels. With 2 overs left of the power play, Vishal Mehta heads to the crease here with non-strikers and Harsh Jagani will be on strike and Simit Parek will bowl over number 5, which will be his third, 1 for 24 so far. They got 30 runs and they've taken Simit for 24 of them, but he did get that big wicket in his first over of Chirag Katari. Work to do here for the Marvels. If they don't win this game, they'll give up second place to their stable mates of the Avengers. On the arm again, direct hit from Sawmall. Harsh is in. Charles looking for a cheeky second. Harsh is like, no, we do not need any silly run-outs at this point in time. Almost ran myself out last over. Let's not do that. I'm assuming that's what was going through the mind of Harsh. Obviously, I'm just guessing. Vishal to face his first delivery today. What's he got? He's got a long off. Is that it? Oh no, there's a deep extra cover. And the 2 outside the circle. He's pushed that one backward of square, and Khan Bajeta will do the fielding with the gloves on. First runs for Vishal. Aerial, and nobody through cow corner. That's gone all the way, I think. Sure has. Jagani goes big, picks up his first maximum, gets into double figures. Got it in the slot. No long on in place, no deep mid-wicket in place, no cow corner out in the deep. So picks the gap beautifully. Had to get it. I was going to go close to picking up his off stump. Got all of it. And so a bit of ball chasing. Samuel Shah stays out in the deep after picking that one up. Wide is long on. Brought extra cover inside the circle. Oh, in the air. Oh, and that's almost carried. And it's been parried then by the point fielder. Was very close to holding out. Backward point. Fielder set back deep, right on the circle. Just fell short, but only by centimetres. More changes. They want to bring long off inside the circle and put the Jetta back to deep mid-wicket. Uses the feet. It's going to go to mid-off. Scooby comes around from extra cover and picks it up first. I'll take 1. 10 runs off the over so far, which is good for the Marvels. Can't afford to lose any more wickets inside the power play. 1.1 overs remaining. Hits it along the ground. 2 players collide. Extra cover and cover. So beats them both. So they'll push back for 2 as Scooby goes and cleans up. So 12 runs coming from the 5th. The Sky Warrior Marvels, 42 for 2, netting another 161. It was after the 5th. The Avengers had got past the half-century mark. They were 53 for 1. Anchor to continue. 1 for 1 off his first. Oh, there could be a run out here as well, but perhaps to the wrong end. Flick with the wrists out into the deep. Stormer will pick that one up. Oh, direct hit here. Might have been trouble, but no backing up. It's going to allow at least to come back for the second. Just be the second as Pagenda picks it up and backward square right down on the ropes. Straight back to Anchor. Neil Putwire out in the deep this time. Coming around from Cow Corner. How many off that over, Mara, to round out the power play? 6 runs coming from the 6th. Sky Warrior Marbles, just a tick under the half-century mark as the captain comes into the attack for the first time today. Ankit Shah to bowl over number 7. It sounded good off the bat, and it was good off the bat. Right between the gap of 2 players. Couldn't have placed it any better if he tried there. Harsh picks up a boundary off Ankit's first delivery. And it's 50 up with that 4 as well, keeping them in the game here. These two with a 23-run partnership now, which is exactly what Harsh is on at the non-striker's end. Vishal going at a run of ball 6. And good ball. We could have left it alone for a wide, but the end tell about inside edge down onto the ground for a dot. Oh, that should be out. And Khan Bajedia gets the stumping. That's a big wicket. Vishal Mehta falls for 6 as the Marvels lose their third on 53. Well, this is clever. It's also going to be a wide, so it's going to be on 54 at the end of it. Charge was on, missed it all. And as Vishal signals, it's skidded on through. He's got to go. He's got to skid on through back to the dugout. Out for 6 as Nani Shah heads to the crease with the score on 54. Big ledge through the slip cord that didn't exist. So it's going to go for 4. And flicking from Nate, his first delivery. Set inside the trams just, so it's going to be the end of a successful over. 10 runs coming from it, but a big wicket of Vishal Mehta falling in the 7th. The Marvels are 58 for 3. They need another 145 at 11.15. Correct to bowl out here. 3 overs, 1 for 36 so far as the sun comes back out from behind the clouds. Oh, could be a catch in the deep here. And it's a catch in the deep. What did I say about Devon Bajetta and his safe pair of hands in the deep? He does it again. Picks up another catch for the Avengers as the 4th wicket falls on 58. Ashtikani departs this time. And Sonu's got 2. Sambhav Shah coming to the crease at number 6. Look at that. Just waiting in the shadows. Easiest of catches for Devon. I do believe that's the 5th catch for Devon Bajetta this season, which moves him up to equal 4th in the fielding stats for non-keepers. Just inside the trams again. So far, it's been a clinical display by the Sky Warriors Avengers, getting lots of wickets early after not giving up too many wickets. In the batting innings, what are we at comparison-wise here, Myra? At the same point, 7.2 overs, 70 for 1, the Avengers. Rinse and repeat. That one should have been a wide, and is. By Imran, raises the hands. Cover and deep extra cover out. Underneath for either of those ones as Sonny does his own fielding. Also a long on. Neil Pipeline's out at cow corner. Devon still out at deep forward square mid-wicket region. Flirting with that tram line here, Sonny. And one that went through the trams. A couple that have gone right along inside the line. I think I'll be able to go pick that one up over the boundary. Thank you, John. Successful in his first. To bowl a second, went for 10. Might have been a missed stumping chance there too as it kicked up into Khan. Good run here and good running. Direct hit, but safely home, says umpire Yadav. Swings hard out through cow corner. Neil Patwa fielding out in the deep. Does the fielding well. Oh, another chance in the deep for Devon Bajetta. He's getting himself set and takes another catch. That'll be his sixth of the tournament. Yeah, they keep picking him out, and he's probably the worst one to be picking out. A very safe pair of hands. The end of Nuneed Shah for 5 as the Sky Warrior Marvels lose their 5th on 65. Popular man. Look at that. This time he had to take 5 steps forward. Last time he didn't have to move at all. Shale Shah coming to the crease at number 7. Shale Shah out to the middle at number 7. Anchor's got 2. Almost has 3. Into the knee. This is a very good. We saw some good captain overs from Akash Shah, but seeing some very good overs here from his rival, Ankit. That's in the air, but it's going to be 4. That's beautifully placed. Nicely put forward of point, taking the cover fielder out of play. Picks up a boundary to get off the mark and finish off the over. 9 overs done. The Marvel 69 for 5. They need another 134 from here in 12.18. Worth a second look here on the replay. Open the blade, use the wrists, which Shale is well known for. Devon Bajetta, who's been taking all the catches, now wants to try to get in the wicket column himself. going to come in to bowl over number 10. 1 over so far for Devon, none for 5. So he's the leading wicket taker, and he's almost the leading catcher now. He's clear up into second. No, he's in third now. My count is correct with 2 catches. In second place is the man sitting at the non-strikers end, in fact, Shah, who should have got 2 catches today, did get 1. So Shale's now equal in the fielding tally in catches with Mungal Runner. And Devon moves up into equal third with Iftikhar Ahmed. Not just all about batting and bowling. Got to keep the fielding stats going as well. Looking very technically efficient, Shale, as always. Get through after a little bit of a mix-up. Sambo gets down on strike. Backward a square, 4 runs. Sambo keeping the runs going, at least up to double figures now. And the 3/4 century mark comes up for the Marvels. But the 5 wickets down is the big issue at the moment. These two, Shah and Sambo, are going to have to put on a big partnership here. Just dragging that one down the leg side from Devon. Eight coming from the 10th. We're at the halfway mark here, with the Marvels still needing a whole lot more. 126 as Ankit Shah continues 2 for 16 off his 2. Every time he's bowled and over, he's got a wicket. He'd love to get one of these two. Get really stuck into the middle order of the Marvels. And Shah's got other ideas as he comes down and bangs that one back with a square for a maximum. The signal is it is gone out of KCC, and somebody up on Jordan Path is going to do the fielding for us. That was big. We saw Patwa do a couple of flick sixes in the same region. The look away, this one, no look away. He was watching it. A little bit of a look away to start with as well, as he wants to pick it up outside off. A slight delay. Looks like our fielder up on Jordan Path has got a custard arm and couldn't throw it back, so we'll have to get a replacement ball. KCC boss, Afzal Hedda, standing next to me, is going to have to go back up to Jordan Path and go fishing for some more cricket balls. Yep. So, slight delay here, so a drink run out there for Sambo, who's trying to form a new partnership with Shale. Okay, after the ball's been recovered, taking this opportunity to replace keepers. Neil Putwar's going to take the gloves. Not sure where Khan's gone. So Putwar with the gloves on. May mean that the Avengers will finish this game off with 10, but at the moment they're looking pretty set. That could be out. Nope, straight over the top. Scooby's head for 6. Shale loves that offside region. Look at that again, so powerful. And the wrists. So back-to-back 6s, leg side, this time offside. Back to dot at least for Ankit. And that's going to be 4 as well. Picks a gap between backward point and the fly gully. Keeping the marbles in this one as they push towards the 3-figure mark. Said at the beginning of the over, Ankit Shah, every over he's bowled, he's got a wicket. Well, he's got 1 ball left of his third to find a third. So far, it's been big. Myra, how much off the over so far? 16. A good one for the marbles. Tries it again, but goes too fine this time. Picks out the fly gully. So it will be 16 off the 11th. The marbles 93 for 5. 110 more required at 12.22. A little bit of confusion. There's a wide in that over from Ankit, so he's got to come back and bowl his final delivery. Shale gets one more crack. I guess Ankit also gets a crack at getting a wicket in his third. He's got a 3 on his back. If any time he's going to get a wicket, it should be in his third. It's in the air. Not going to be a wicket, though. It is going to be 4 more in the books for Shale Shah and the Marvels as they move to 98 after 11 and need another 105 at now 11.67, getting it down under 2 runs a ball with that big over 21 runs coming from the 11th. Looks like Scooby into the attack. Yes, it is. Scooby to bowl his first over today. Oh, it's hit well and nobody out there, so that's going to go for 4. Runs continue, the 100 up for the Marvels as they keep themselves in this fight. The no ball in that one as well. So the free hit has been smashed. There's chair of the swimming pool pavilion, just to our left, a broadcast little lampy lights up for a maximum. Now all of a sudden, Marvels are looking very, very good. Above into the 20s. Good follow-up delivery. Gets it to taper away just inside the trams from Scooby. And again, too wide this time. Pleads his case, but it did shape away as it went past the batter. There's one thing about that first innings from the Marvels bowling. I'm going to go check the match centre, but it felt like it was pretty low on extras for a morning league game. Well, it's just the 5 wides bowled by the Marvels in their 20 overs. So far, the Avengers have bowled 3 wides and a no ball. With them coming this over. Bringing Vashishta in from forward square out in the deep to a mid-wicket inside the circle. Again, using the wrists, but won't beat the 2 now, trying to cover that region out in the deep on the offside for Shale. Long over, 14 offered so far, 1 ball remaining at the 12th. Can see the equation, 91 off 49. Still under 2 runs a ball, which is a good target. The 5 wickets in hand, a little bit of an issue for the Marvels as they'll dot out that one. So it will be 14 coming off the 12th. Speaking of 12s, Marvels 112 for 5. They need 91 more at 11.38. Anchor back into the attack. 2 overs, 1 for 7. Still good wrist work on the offside. Work to do. Long off, they'll just trot back for an easy 2. Well, it was easy for Shale. He wasn't running to the danger end. Runs onto the leg side as replacement fielder Peter Doshi helping out the Avengers. That's the 50-run partnership up between these two. 50 off just 23 deliveries. Fabulous cameo, these two putting together, trying to push their marvels home in their final game of the round robin. Trying to get up into 11 points, tied with the Titans before they finish. A good ball. Slingy action. Only getting the arm, the hand above the shoulder height. Short this time, and that'll be 4 as it's given room. Oh no, good dive in the outfield there from Scooby. He's going to save 3 in the end. They're not going to run on the arm. I think they thought it was 4 as well. Some of just getting a single instead. And that's aerial. Is it going to carry? No. One bounce to Scooby this time. It's been tidy though. They had to bring Anchor back in to try to stem the run flow. 5 off the over so far. Sambo back on strike. And he's going to get a boundary out of this one. Goes through the slip cordon for 4. So keeps the runs going. 9 coming from the 13th. 1.1 for 5. The Marvels needing 82 at 11.71 in the final 7 overs. Lucky there, but take him how you can. Nobody in the slip cordon. Nobody had a fly gully, really. A little bit further around. No third inside the circle. So they get the boundary. Comparison time while they take a quick drink. Marek, let's throw up a worm because it's rather tight. Not so much on the wickets, but look at that. The team in blue, which is the Marvels today, trying to chase down the big green worm. With some wickets falling soon for the Avengers, slowing things down a touch. This 56-run partnership now has them right on track. At the same point, after 13, the Avengers 124 for 2. Scooby to bowl a second. Of course, if you like Sky Warriors cricket, you can tune in all weekend starting Saturday from 8 a.m. The Sky Warriors Sixers will be live on the Sky Warriors YouTube page. Check out their social media on Instagram and Facebook if you want to get the links. And listen to my dulcet tones for the 2 days and 400 billion games of cricket in the Sixers. From all the Sky Warriors sides, they do the normal Sixers thing where they did an auction and bought various players. I believe Chico was the most expensive player for the 25 Sky Warriors Sixers auction. Oh, that's big. Again, a bit like Patwa. Smashing it backward of square. Umpire Imran Arif doesn't even bother. He knows that one's gone and rolls a new ball across to umpire Yadav. All right, let's see where Shale was looking this time. Has he got the full Patwa going? Did he follow it around the corner? Oh, he pulled across so he could flick it off middle stump, which is cheeky. Inventive. And then tries to stay out of the arc, far too far outside of the arc. So wide, 6 wide, 1 legal delivery of the 14th. And they've already got 8 runs off at the Marvels. They're ahead on run comparison now. Much will that 5 wickets in hand be a difference? Or a chop down, up in the air, over the top, through third for 4. And the runs continue to float. Shale up into the 40s now. 41 off 17. That's a strike rate of 241.2. That's some KCC Morning League strike rate right there. And then eases this one just forward of square. Work to do for Bajetta. He should get there just in time. He puts the foot down and has to come back inside the field to throw, so they'll get back for 2. And now some ball chasing. Ankavashista rolling some changes, bringing Peter Doshi inside the circle from Cow corner and pushing Devon back to deep square. Up in the air. And it's going to fall safely for 4. Well, that's just rubbing salt in the wound, because had Pranay Doshi been left out in the deep, he would have caught that one, but he was brought inside the circle. They pushed Devon back, so Shale goes more through mid-wicket cow corner. It was in the air for a very long time, but neither could chase it down in the end. Big over for the Marvels. Shale moves to 47. Wide. The extras starting to mount up as the Avengers get a little nervy. They had this game. Now, this partnership is up to the 3/4 of a century mark. 75 off just 31 deliveries. We'll just take a one. One ball left. Sunbov will get that one. Comparison's getting tighter and tighter. Hit hard, but lots of protection in the deep. So Sunbov will get the single, retain strike. How many off that over? 21 off the 14th. As the Marvels move to 142 for 5, they need 61 at 10.17. Ankavashishta's going to bowl out here. 3 overs, 1 for 16 so far. Uses the wrists, work to do, a dive. Brilliant dive from Scooby. Fell into the boundary for 4. Thought he'd saved another 3 runs there, but unfortunately that was hit too hard. Sambo picks up his 5th 4 to go with a maximum. Partnership up into the 80s now. We saw an 80-run partnership in the first innings between Khan Pajetia and Ankavashista. This one's now the biggest of the day, 81. And that's going to be 4 as well. Just peppering Scooby out in the deep on that offside. 150 up for the Marvels. They're a chance. Thought they would go on for all money when they lost 5 wickets, but amazing what an 85-run partnership will do, especially if it's off just 35 deliveries. And the Marvels somehow get away with this one after losing Chico in the first. A good Yorker length there from Anka, so squirts that one out for a single. Shale back on strike on 48. Just 20 deliveries. That's still a strike rate of 240 at the moment for Shale as he sizes up the offside. He knows Devon Bajetta's out there waiting a deep square leg. Full again, so he'll take a single through cow corner. Sambo in no hurry back for a second. So he'll move to 49. Again, gets the edge tree slip. Not for the first time for Sambo, not for the first time today, but it will be a boundary. Third four of the over. Not for the first time off the bowling of Anchor either. He's only got one ball left, one for 30. Dearly love to get a second one. We saw, well, it was Sampov, in fact, who took a wicket with his very final delivery of his 4-over spell. He might be hoping to reciprocate here for Anchor. And does not. It'll dot it out. But another good over, 14 runs coming from the 15. 5 overs remain, 156 for 5. The Marvels needing 47 at 9.4 in the final 5. The Avengers needing to find 5 more wickets or somehow at least break this 91-run partnership. The sleeves come off for KCC Morning League Grade 1 leading wicket taker Devon Bajetta. Okay, 47 required off the final 5. Devon Bajetta with 2 overs left. Shale Shah swinging hard up in the air, top of the infield. He's going to bring up his half century with a boundary. His 6th 4 to go with 3 maximums. 53 off 22 at a strike rate of 240.9. He's opened the face. They knew the third was inside the circle. Shale did at least and took full advantage. This one on the toes takes the single. And he takes back to Sambo, who's all of a sudden into the 40s himself. 41 off 24. So 42 required off 28. Just 9 per over now for the Marvels with 5 wickets in hand. Naira, who can we see padded up? I think Harin might be next in. Saw him getting the pads on. Can't see anyone else really next to come in. I'm sure Harin will be happy if he doesn't have to go out there today. These two can finish off the game for them as they take another single. Takes the pace off that one. Shale's going to take the quick single anyway. And they're 9 and over. I've got 7 so far with 2 balls remaining. Of course, if they do get there, that means game 1 this week. Both teams going 200 plus. than a single available. He chops it out from Yorker length, direct hit. Sambo was already well and truly home. So, umpire Imran Arif will go rebuild the castle. 8 off the over, 1 ball remaining of the 16th, 164 on the books. For the Marvels, 39 more runs required. Shah on strike. Gets a full one, hits hard. Work to do in the deep, but will get covered. He gets Simmer down there. Make sure it's one. Shah will retain strikes, so it'll be 9 runs coming from the 16th. 100-run partnership up between these two as well. Off just 45 deliveries, 12 fours and 4 sixes in the 100-run partnership. Hitting Anchor Sharp to bowl out, 3 overs, 2 for 37. His third over was expensive. Can he get a captain's wicket here? Shale version on 56. He pushes hard out into the deep. Anchor comes around to his right, keeps it to 1. 1's a win for the Avengers. Boundaries win for the Marvels. Doesn't need a boundary ball at the moment. Marvels just need 1 or 2 per over. Keep the singles going. Sambhav Shah on 43. Waits, swings hard, misses it. Dot ball. 22 balls left, 37 required. Swings hard again, but it's going to pick out Anchor. He's told everyone, just chill. They can have the 1. Moves to 44 for Sambhav. And another big flying top edge. Not going to carry to the wide fly gully. It's going to be another 4. There's one of the boundaries they need to pick up each over. It's getting closer and closer, chasing down just a runner ball. Still need 32 off 20. And that's going to be a boundary. It's a matter of how big. That's going to be a maximum. So after 1.1, the 2 boundaries that the Marvels required come off the bat of Shah again. He moves to 67. There's still a ball left. 26 off 19 now. That's a nice big hit through cover onto the training nets on the full. Just such power with the wrists onto that offside. And back line for the final delivery of the 17th. Goes leg side, picks out backward square. Could have been a metre either side of Raleigh Chowdhury, and that would have been going for 4. Good piece of fielding in the end from Chowdhury. Not being used in the bowling lineup so far today. So end of Ankit Shah's bowling spell. He's done. 4 overs. It's that 2 for 49, I think. And Devon to bowl out here. None for 32. 26 off 18. That's less than 9 and over now. 8.67 if you want the precise number. I just said we hadn't seen Raleigh Chowdhury today. He's been sitting at backward square, and Ankit Shah's ears must have been burning because he's bringing him on. No pressure, Raleigh, but you get to bowl the 18th over with defending just 26 runs, and you haven't had a bowl all day today. Devon Bajetta giving him some advice. I'm assuming that's so they can keep Devon until the 20th, depending on how this over goes. They need his expertise in death bowling to try to rescue this game because the Avengers is just getting away from them. If our little WASP projector worked on morning leagues, they would have had the Avengers winning this one at about 95% in that first 6 or 7 overs of this innings. But brilliant fight back. It's what a 112-run partnership will do. Sambav just picks that up, scoops it back with a square, and brings up his half-century in the process. Moves to 50 off 29. And that's his second maximum to go with 7 fours. And part of a 118-run partnership. Now 20 off 17, Myra. Can the Marvels do this? Can they pull it out of the hat? And again, offside in the air. Scooby getting underneath it. He gets his half-century, but the breakthrough by Raleigh Chowdhury. The Avengers still fighting. They get the 6th wicket. Sambhav out for 50. And the Marvels lose their 6th to 183. That's a massive wicket in the context of the game. 20 runs required. As Parin Shah comes to the crease to join Shail Shah. Said he probably didn't want to go out to bat. Wanted these two to finish it. He does have to come to the middle now. He does have to try to finish this game off for the Marvels. Chowdhury, maximum off his first ball, then holes out, gets his wicket on the second. This game is not done yet. "118-run partnership comes to an end. Rin on strike. He starts playing across the line. Just outside off. It's a dot. It's now 20 off 15. 4 wickets in hand. Another wicket is as valuable as anything for the Avengers because it's also a dot. Boundary. This Perrin tries to feather that one. Maybe trying to find the gap through the slips cordon where Shale's found quite a few boundaries. Nothing doing. Wicket dot dot. 20 off 14. Goes aerial, goes for cow corner. Absolutely nobody moving to field that one. That was 4 runs off the bat. As it split the gap between Anchor and Sawmill. Good way to get off the mark for Perrin as well. And much needed boundary. 16 off 13. How did we lose that ball? That didn't leave the ground. Where's that one gone? Wherever it is, they can't find it. So we'll have to get another replacement ball. More work for Afzal. We'll have to go find that one over there in near the playground for the children and the turf training area. I just add to the drama, make everyone wait a bit longer. 2.1 overs left, 16 runs required, 4 wickets in hand. And that one's going to be a boundary as well. Back-to-back 4s for Perrin to finish off the over. 18 done. It's literally run a ball now for the Marvels to get the victory. 12 off 12 with 2 overs remaining. Right. The penultimate over is going to the leading wicket taker in the KCC Morning League for 2024-25 in Grade 1, Devon Bajetta. Yet to get a wicket today, though. He's got 6 deliveries left. Shail Shah on 67 on strike. Takes the pace off it. just allows a single run a ball. That's all they need. As Harrion jogs back on strike, and then a mix-up, a direct hit's gone. They'll get two in the end. Oh, we're getting a bit chaos league here. Bit of nerves out there in the Sky Warriors derby. Would have been disaster had Perrin been run out there. But Chowdhury couldn't hit the stumps. So Shale back on strike. This time he'll take another single. I don't think they'll be bothering to go for two. I don't think there'll be an overthrow either. 9 off 10. They have to find a dot. They probably have to find a wicket. And they definitely need to keep Shah off strike. Here the Avengers. Otherwise, the Marvels are going to take bragging rights into the Sky Warriors sixes. Not that they're playing in teams like that. But still, while swinging hard out into the deep. One bounce. Gets through Naneed Shah, who's on as the extra fielder. And now the Marvels pretty much got this one in the bag. 5 off 9. Perrin Shah managing to pick out his teammate in the field. And Naneed made a mess of it. So back live as Devon comes in. It's valuable dot, 5 off 8 now. Oh, bit high on the bat, but they'll get through for another one. 4 off 7. Right. Devon has one ball left to see if he can get a wicket today. Very rarely he's kept wicketless. He's taken 2 catches, but so far the Marvels have been up to the challenge. And that's going to be 4 runs to finish off the game. Not even going to need the 20th over. The Marvels are going to get it done in 19. Shale Shah, man of the match, finishing it off with a boundary. 74 off 32 as the Marvels get the win over their Sky Warriors teammates, the Avengers, and keep their dreams alive of a top 2 finish here in the KCC Morning League. Grade 1, they'll move to 11 points after playing out their 7 games. And the Avengers, with 2 games remaining, will remain on 8 points. And get Myra to, and she's done it already. And I can tell you the Marvels sitting in 2nd now, just behind Titans on net run rate. We'll have a look at the batting card for the Marvels. That early wicket of Chico, Avengers thought maybe the game is done, but Prane opening with Chico today and Harsh Ghani both getting 23s, a half century to Sambo, but it's all about Shale Shah today. 74 off 32, getting the side home with 6 balls remaining. There's the bowling card. A couple of wickets to Sonu Parekh and also Ankit Shah, and singles to Anka and Ralik Chowdhury. But in the end, a wonderful, what did we say that is? A 4-wicket victory for the Sky Warriors Marvels in game 1 of 3 this week from Kowloon Cricket Club. I'm going to wrap the broadcast up. We'll be back tomorrow with Grade 2 live from 7 a.m. here on KCC Morning League YouTube. And from Myra Baloch in broadcast, Aaron Bush signing off.